Hello everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day today. We have a Washington Street public match, but before we get into that, thank you to our Patreon members for the support. If you'd like to support, go to the link in the description where you can get a live stream of all the broadcasts we do. You can advertise your regiment in the bottom of our videos and get an additional broadcast per week. So, server pop today on January 24th at about 6:50 p.m. Eastern Time. The pop is 205 in balance right now, is 9 in favor of the CSA side. Now, CSA does have artillery, and they have 6 on it, while Union does not have artillery on this map. So overall, that infantry in balance is 2 right now. Officers today, for the CSA side, you have Slasher 2, Rocky, Funny Jew, you have My Name Rider, and for the artillery, you have Ramble. Whereas on the Union side, it looks like Please Don't Sue Me, Noodle, Homeless, Brit, and that is that. So let's get into the round here. So Washington Street, you got the point of contention located here. CSA artillery is all the way over there. There's also a gun all the way up there. So they're pretty far away, but they could still get some good hits just because of that vantage point that they have. And so CSA generally attack the Union from 2 different fronts, and you're kind of seeing them do that right now. You have some CSA, it looks like 1 or actually 2 companies are over there, and then you have the other 2 companies over here, albeit these 2 companies over here are a lot larger than the CSA approaching from the other side of the map. And so they're just going to try to break through and deal some damage if possible. The weapons that the Confederates are using are the Enfield, the 22nd Virginia Regiment has the Enfield and the Lorenz, whereas the 3rd South Carolina has the Enfield and the Springfield 61. So they've got, you know, the normal one-shot shots, whereas the Union, 3rd Maryland, they have the Springfield 42, which has the buck and ball. It acts as a shotgun. And so Union's going to have a little advantage with that. Their other regiment, the 87th Ohio, does not have that. On the other hand, they just have the Springfield 55 and the Lorenz. So CSA is getting a bit aggressive on this side, trying to push towards Union spawn, which spawn's pretty close. It's right a little further past these flags, probably about here. And so CSA can't get there exactly because it's out of bounds for them, but they're going to try to approach to deal damage to Union, who's more or less kind of sitting back, trying to avoid the ticket loss here. You can see they're spread out kind of into 3 different groups. You have a Union group holding a little forward here, but they do have a tiny fence, which doesn't really provide a whole lot of cover. At least it blocks the lower half of you, but some of these guys here, for example, Britt, his guys are at a slight defilade, so if we look at least from the CSA view, there is, it's hard to see. It's hard to see. You can kind of see their head, but the grass kind of blocks the rest of that. Looking at Washington Street as a whole, Confederates do have a ticket advantage, as do all attackers in this game. It is an 8% ticket advantage right now, even though the overall ticket amount is looking pretty even. CSA has a slight advantage, so we'll see how well they use it. Looks like they are capping point, and all capping point would do is stop that black timer, and then Confederates hold it for a certain amount of time, which if they capped it now, that'd be 20 minutes because Union is at the first stage of battle ready. So if Confederates cap it, hold for 20 minutes, they could outright win, but the odds of that, we'll see. Probably isn't that high considering most of the CSA is over there, so I reckon Union's going to retake the point. So you can see the gold timer up top. Union's got 20 minutes. If they retake it, they will go up to the percentage of tickets that the attackers are at, assuming the attackers have more tickets than the defenders do, which, if you look on the top of your screen, you can see those bars. Union is down by 1/4 of a stage right now, so if Union instantly recapped right now, they would regain 1/4 a stage of tickets. Now, it's all percentages, not raw numbers, so it's not like Union would go up to the raw number of tickets that CSA is at. They would go up to the percentage. So, Union's kind of backing off a little more. Whenever the attacking team caps the point, I think it's best to be aggressive. Now, there's 2 ways you can play a counterattack. There is the play that I've been mentioning the past couple of minutes, which is to capture the point. And so, when you retake the point as Union, you regain the tickets, right? And you need to play aggressive. The reason being is that that black timer is stopped. Your goal as the attacker is to get that black timer down to 0. And that's not moving down right now. And everyone's still losing tickets. even though it's a counter-attack phase. And also, if you're Union, right, you're going up to the percentage of tickets that CSA is at. So the more CSA that Union kills, Union won't be able to go up to a higher percentage of tickets, which means that CSA is going to have more and more time to knock Union down to breaking, which is when they can cap and automatically win. Now, the other way that you can play a counterattack as the original defending team, which is Union, is you are now considered the attackers as Union. The Confederates are considered the defenders. They're trying to defend the point. And so...
Guys, stop shooting. Ron Moses make me scared.
Basically, the attackers, who are now the Union, can hit final push, which is the normal attacker final stage in CSA. Now, since they're the defenders, they can hit the defenders' normal last stage of last stand. If Union forces CSA down to last stand and then retakes the point, they will automatically win the game.
Let's go, let's go.
Which it looks like Union's trying to more or less throw CSA out, which I don't know if I necessarily agree with the tactic. Because they've spent 3 minutes so far. CSA has lost about an eighth of a stage. And it's not a crazy amount now, but especially when a map like this is so even, it can come down to every individual kill ticket. And as defender, you need to gain some sort of ticket advantage, which is maybe why Union's not capping the point immediately. They're trying to wipe CSA, kind of defeat him in detail, as they are spread out. So that Union company that was shooting on the side moves off, Brit goes in. Not reinforced by much. And despite that, it's going to be kind of close here. CSA flags are getting out of dodge, so Union's going to take this. The rest of the Union team is moving up to assist. CSA flags kind of return, and maybe they had a chance if Noodle didn't bring his guys forward, but a nice little wipe here for Union. Although the issue is, they need to move the point. They can't just sit around at this point. So, Union gets 2 CSA flags, which is kind of nice for Union. And right now, if you're Union, you know you wiped a good portion of CSA. You need to make your way to point. You know you outnumber them. Even if it's by a little bit, you got to take the opportunity when you can get it. And if Union wins this, which they should, both sides will be at a high engaged with Union retakes the point. But we'll see what CSA does. I reckon the CSA who spawned main are going to go for their flags. Not really worried about defending the point because they kind of need the flags. Union, now normally I might say this is smart because all these CSA guys over here that are spawning at main for the most part, the company doesn't have a flag, which means if they die, they have to respawn back at main here. They can't spawn right in with their line. Actually, it looks like Union's going to turn the point, which is what they should do. Because if they sat there and tried to cut them off, it'd be a great move if the point wasn't capped. So Union going in, you have the other 2 CSA flags over here. Union first to drop to engage. Union tickets don't really matter a whole lot. Unless they hit final push, which I doubt we're going to see. So one CSA flag down, the other one hesitant to leave. He's going to get... Oh, never mind, that's a drummer boy.
Where do you think you're going, flag boy? Where do you think you're going?
And they're going to get the other half of the CSA flags. Meanwhile, the original 2 that got knocked down looks like they've been picked up kind of by Rambos in a sense, trying to return it to their line. A little risky on these smaller maps. Or really risky on any map. That is a crazy already shot. Anyways. That guy. Oh, he got knocked down from it. But that's the... When you Rambo to go pick up your team's flag, you might think you're doing a very helpful thing. And it can be. The obvious risk with that, though, is if you pick up, the flags have a 5-minute despawn timer. So when the flag is dropped, 5 minutes, and then it despawns and someone can respawn back in at main with it. If you pick up a flag and then instantly die when you ramble to try and get it, it starts that 5-minute timer again. So you got to be smart when you do that. Looks like CSA are. So Union actually going to charge them out. They need to get a ticket lead. They got to be up by half to 3/4 of morale stage to even have a shot at winning. But they do retake the point. Probably regain some tickets. Looks like CSA, who got wiped on point, have moved up as well. Union going in very trickled here. That's just kind of what you see in a lot of public matches. Let's see. I mean, as an officer, you got to say the order 3 or 4 times before going. You can't just say the order and then go. Obviously, circumstance matters, but if people don't know what they're doing or they don't hear it, they will trickle in like that. And you can see Union now is dropped about a third of a stage in a matter of moments. And CSA has regained that ticket lead. So, it was a good cap from CSA overall.
We can't chase them because they're pulling back already. But boys, everyone, get on this line. And fire up the road if you guys try out fire.
Union trying to return to their original positions. And if I'm CSA, I cap the point again. Now, remember, so it's battle ready, engage, taking losses, breaking, and then final push last chance. So there's 5 morale stages. As an attacker, you got to get the defender down to that 4th or breaking stage. And so if you're CSA, now you got 38 minutes to shoot them down, to charge them out, to kind of do what they want. But if you want to cap again to draw Union out, to bring everyone to engagement, that's not a bad idea. Bring everyone's tickets down, because Union is playing ultra conservative here, and that's how you force them out of the turtle, is by capping that point, so that they have to approach and retake it. Now, obviously, CSA is up by a 4th of a morale stage, and they would lose that ticket lead if they capped it. But both sides are kind of, it's still early on to where an early cap is fine. Either option works. It's just, as CSA, I think, based on how this has gone so far, if I were CSA, if I capped the point now, I would have combat go until CSA hits about a higher taking losses, and then CSA would pull off the point and let Union retake it so that they still have a morale stage or so to knock Union down before they're breaking. Because the issue is that if CSA early caps and then both sides are aggressively fighting and they both get down to a like breaking, middle low breaking, then that can get a little nerve-wracking for the attackers, because when you hit last stage as attacker, you go to final push. Black time will go down a considerable amount to only a few minutes left. The amount of time that is will be the amount of time it takes to get from your main spawn to the point of contention. 2 times with no bayonets and reloads. So you don't get a lot of time, especially on these smaller maps. And so when both sides are kind of at a similar ticket mark that late into the game, it can become stressful for an attacker, because you only get 1, maybe 2 more charges in the round, and that can be scary, especially when you lose flags. So pros and cons to everything. Looks like CS is, though, going to return to their original strat. They have about half their team kind of hunkered up in between the houses here. Meanwhile, the other half is trying to push left. Union is playing aggressive here, trying to kind of cut them off.
I don't know.
On the line. Get over here. Get on the line. Shield down. Get on the line. Independent fire.
So CSA kind of holding down in the defilade, trying to get some shots on Union. Not that CSA knows, but Union is a little outnumbered. Meanwhile, looks like the friendlies are going to go try to hit in the rear. Noodle's going to go around. I mean, you can kind of get Union. They want to play aggressive, try to find some way to get a ticket lead, but CSA has not been playing conservative this whole match, and so Union, I don't know, it doesn't seem like Union could really take advantage. CSA charging out, they're going to get a wipe. Meanwhile, Noodle's guys are going to charge in their back.
No, we're not behind you. We're friendlies, we're friendlies.
Friendly.
We're friendlies, we're friendlies, we're friendlies, we're friendlies, we're friendlies, we're friendlies.
And so CSA is going to get 2 Union companies wiped here. This Union company might survive just because CSA kind of pulled off, but Union is about to drop the taking losses. Now, at this point, if you're CSA, you don't cap the point. You're up by a lot of tickets. You don't want to let Union regain a bunch of tickets and then maybe give them a chance. Or hope. Hope is a dangerous thing in terms of warfare if you're trying to beat your opponent. So, Union goes down to taking losses. CSA gets a good wipe over here. Union, importantly, keeps their flags with their lines. Same with CSA. Actually, it looks like Union may have lost 1 flag. Looks like they have. So, it's not too far out, which is nice for Union. Meanwhile, the rest of the Union team has kind of been engaging with the CSA. They went down the middle. Now, they can shoot through the fences.
Hold your fire.
But, obviously, they provide a visible barrier.
Company, double click right face, shift it on me. Let's go. Shift it out right. Shift it out right.
So, CSA looks like the center group is going to charge the Union group holding forward.
Break reloads, fall back.
Pax is going to charge his guys in, trying to assist the already destroyed other Union company.
Brace, boys, brace. Brace, boys. Press T, boys, press T. Killing a Yankee.
Got some Union main spawns moving up. Meanwhile, the rest of the CSA team is going to charge up in here and perfectly timed as well. Got Union on the roadside as well, going to get some shots maybe, but...
Everyone charge, charge.
CSA about to hit taking losses. And it looks like CSA is going to take this as the last company approaches. That's the thing. Both sides kind of fought here with most of their team. But when it mattered most, CSA was more together. Like, you have this Union company up here on the right side of your screen. I don't know what they were doing, reforming, but they now just come out and start shooting. And if all these guys would have charged in, maybe Union would have had a better chance. Who knows, though? So... Union kind of sat back. Looks like CSA is down. No flags. Union down 2. CSA continuing the aggression. Half a morale stage, so they get Union down to breaking. They can cap and win.
They're behind us. They're on point. They're on point. They're behind us. They're behind us. They're on point. We don't want to stay here. We don't want to stay here, Rocky.
There's only a couple of Union on point, but CSA don't know that necessarily. Union inching forward on the left side. I don't know why Union is trying to inch close. I don't know if they realize how bad of a situation they're in, but CSA, I think smartly here, is going to charge them out. So that's a good decision there. Nice part about War of Rights, everyone has the same number of players on each side, so if you're surrounded, that means their line is thin. So as a team, you push out and hit one of the parts of that surrounding force. It's as simple as that. Doesn't guarantee a win, but it guarantees the best shot at doing well. Union company in the center, they approach a little closer. Meanwhile, Union spawns are starting to move up. CSA kind of halted their charge. Now, these two Union companies here, they don't have their flag. So, a guy dies, he's going to spawn at main, which, thankfully for Union, is not that far away. But, again, not having those flags up, obviously there's the big priority of not being able to respawn guys, but at the same time, if guys are spawning in at main, that's just more windows for guys to get confused of where they're supposed to go. And it can create window of chaos, even if it's a tiny amount. It can have huge dividends. So with that all being said, Union kind of positioning closer to the point. They have to. If the CSA capture, they will win once Union hits breaking. Not right now, though. What is Union doing here? I think Pax is trying to get a little cute here with the flank, but... Exactly. But this is just spreading his guys out. Maybe they're trying to go up and get the flags, but... Yeah, at this point, if you're Union, the only way you win is by turtling. because CSA is going to wait this out till you hit breaking, cap, and then win. If they accidentally cap, it'd be great for Union to regain tickets. And that's really the only shot that Union has. And that's the thing, is that Union can't really turtle on this map. I mean, I guess Union could go down here, which I guess that's a nice turtling spot, but CSA might just keep bonsaiing guys in until they get to you. So, CSA is also starting to move closer to the point as well. Union's a little strung out, still down 2 flags.
He's an idiot.
There's a couple Rambos going, charging in.
It trolls.
I don't know if they realize they're lower level. I don't know if they necessarily realize the predicament they put their team in. But any second now, CSA, if they instantly cap, again, when Union hits breaking, they'll win the game.
The fact that they cost $2,000 and they were like 2 centuries ago is crazy.
Nice. No, that's worth it.
They were actually pretty cheap.
There's still a company down there.
I got them for like
I don't know if he's gonna get that other leg out.
So CSA looks like they've got 2 or 3 companies on this side. They might charge right into hit Union into breaking.
Just some Rambos. Just some Rambos. Keep it independent fire. Keep it independent fire.
Which they're just kind of sitting back and shooting. And a lot of Union on this side of the map. Those guys, they definitely can get to the point on time. Some CSA are edging the point. Slowly capping it. I don't know if it intentionally, but this might force Union to charge in.
Gotta get on point.
Which packs, you heard them there. They got to go in, because if they hit breaking at CSA, Union's got to defend it. They got to have more bodies on it than CSA. Which they're starting to counter charge here. They're winning that point back.
Oh, never mind. Friendlies are coming. Hold on, guys. Hold here. I'll be right.
Hold here.
Guys, I need y'all. Guys, I need y'all down here. Who is this, Ryder? Who is it? Is this Ryder? I need you down here. Ryder, I need you down here.
Yep, I'm coming.
Thank you.
On me. About. Sprint.
So CSA starting to group up. Union hits breaking. CSA now up by a whole lot of tickets, but these Union groups got to move fast to get down to the point. Looks like they might be doing that. Meanwhile, the CSA force that is here is going to charge in. I don't know if they'll win if the whole Union team shows up. But at least initially, they're winning on point. Union flag is down. CSA company on the far side of that house as well, trying to go around for a flank. Union sitting on the far side. Looks like they're going to charge in now. Points being won by CSA for the moment. I don't know for how long. But looks like nearly the whole CSA team is within the point, proximity of the point. So, Union forcing CSA to breaking. They're going to hold the point. CSA thrown off. That's the thing. Union came in nearly as a team, and CSA came in more spread out than the Union. Might not have been by a whole lot, but it's enough. However, CSA is still up on tickets, which again is the only thing that matters.
As many as possible here. Get their flag.
Can't kill anybody.
Here they come.
Fucking Yankees.
Look right. Incoming reinforcement wave.
So, the fact that Union won that is great, but Union's almost down by half a morale stage. There's not much more you can do there.
Rally up, fellas. One
So,
good push.
the nice part about being aggressive at the beginning of the match, at least as an attacker, is, in my opinion, a lot of this game comes down to who wins the charges. And so, as an attacker, I would want to have a lot of time to at least plan and strategize the attacks and not feel stressed about the time. Versus the opposite. And so, it's my belief that on most maps, nearly every map, you should be aggressive as an attacker at the beginning. So that it'll show how the game is going to go. Now, if you get a huge ticket lead, that's great, like CSA has, and they have plenty of time to reform and kind of do what they want. And if you charge and it doesn't work, then you'll have plenty of time to change strategy to adapt. Or just sit in a shootout. I mean, I think being aggressive at the beginning is always a great idea. Sitting and shooting doesn't do a whole lot in this game anymore. Unless it's a smaller pop server, which is like 150, 200 guys, which we're a little more than that. I mean, we're at 250, so. CSA on the edge of cap right now. They are capping. Union's trying to stay back as far as they can to avoid the ticket loss. At this point, Union's going to hit last stand, so they need to find some way to get a ticket lead to push CSA down the final push first. CSA wave pushes in. Pax trying to get a little flank here on CSA. Not a bad idea, especially their bucking ball. But CSA is going to turn.
Coming down the road.
Countercharge these guys. Countercharge these guys. Countercharge these guys. Go.
Right side.
Go, 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 go.
So Union going to get outnumbered and charge here in a second.
There you go, boys. Hold it white. Flag, stay to the rear. Flag, stay to the rear. There you go. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. Keep pushing.
So that's a nice couple of tickets. CSA going to pursue Union, losing a flag in this backyard.
Full send. Let's go, company. Full send. Full send. Full send.
So CSA kind of half charging here. Union almost about to hit
Let's go.
last
Up and over,
stand.
boys. Up and over. Right there. Up and
Union
over. Let's
guys
go. Up
in
and
the
over.
bathroom.
Up and over. Full send. Full send, boys. Full send. Kill this officer. There we go. Kill this officer. Wipe these guys. Wipe these guys up.
They're on us. Left, left, left.
And so once Union hits last stand, everyone that is dead will automatically spawn back in. However, once you're dead, you don't come back. And CSA has got a third of a morale stage and 23 minutes to kind of do what they want.
Close to final pitch as possible. As close to final pitch as possible before we go last stand.
Yeah, it was a nice starter shot. Probably knocked down a good shot.
Pull back, push, pull back, pull back. We're taking out his shots. Pull back, everyone. Pull back, everyone. Down to the point. Pull back, everyone.
So look at that. You see Noodle falling back. Pax is going in. Union hits last stand. CSA going to charge this. It might hit final push, but it'll be probably the finishing blow on Union.
Keep going, guys. Keep going. Let's go.
CSA still capping the point. Union kind of getting strung out here. And it looks like that is going to be the match. You have Union main spawns trying to go around for a flank following the officer. CSA about their final push.
Check out Burns history.
Get them to final.
Kill this
But
Yankee.
that looks like this is going to be our round. So really well done there from CSA. That was nice already shot. Almost some team kill maybe, but see that timer drop. But good round from CSA. They played aggressive. They pushed Union back, defeated them in detail. They just basically did everything right. So props to CSA. And CSA is going to finish this game by capping the point. I don't think they're going to be able to wipe everyone. And you guys like basically kill everyone but 3 people. Nice shot.
There's a bugler. Kill the bugler.
And so that is going to be the end of our round here. So, well done there to CSA again. In a nice little round there of Washington Street. Something we don't normally see too often in pub matches anyway. Same with Regimental, but there's only 60-some maps in this game. So, I think around that much. I don't remember the number off the top of my head. But you know, CSA just played it simple for the most part. It's hard to win on these maps as a defender in a lot of the maps in this game, and this is one of them for sure. And so, what the overview's broken. This is sad. Oh, there it is. That's weird. Why did it like go down to here and then? That's weird. Anyways, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you want to support the channel more, we have a Patreon where you can get a live stream of all the broadcasts we do. You can advertise your regiment in the bottom of our videos and get an additional broadcast per week. Besides that, we have our Discord, merch, X, Instagram, and TikTok. Those links are in the description, and we'll see you for the next one. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your night.